Hey, so have you ever wondered how much a golf simulator costs and how much it's going to cost you to build one for yourself? Well, in this video, I'm going to go through cost of my entire setup, every single thing that I have here to build my simulator. Obviously, you don't need to go to this level, so I'll talk about that. But what I want to do is just take you through my golf simulator setup and where you could find differences, maybe splurge somewhere here, splurge somewhere, cut back somewhere else. Hope you can get your own golf simulator in your house. So I love my simulator. I use it probably 3 to 4 times a week, and it's just such a great investment. So what I'm going to do is take you through that now. Remember to hit that subscribe button, hit that follow button, leave a positive comment, and let's just get right into it. All right, and I'll have every part of my build bookmarked. So if you want to skip around to different parts of the build, definitely feel free to do that. But I figured let's just start with the elephant in the room. Obviously the biggest part of the simulator right here, it's the enclosure. This is from 247golf.com, 247.golf. It's in my in the video description for this specific simulator enclosure. This one is their par 3. It was $2,500, and this one is 10 feet wide by I don't know. I think this is about 8 feet high, 8.5 feet high, and then it's 5 feet back here. So it's a 4:3 aspect ratio. Very, very high quality material. I've hit thousands of golf balls into it already since I've had it, and it's absolutely worth it. Now, obviously, if you go back into some of my other videos, I didn't jump to this right away. What I had first was a net on Amazon, and I've got a couple links to those nets I'll put in the description. And I think I did a video on this, but probably the best net if you want to spend a little bit of money that I would go with is right here, the Spornia net right here. And I'll do a whole video on this and a review, but a Spornia net, definitely check this out. The thing I like about this, it's 7 feet wide and it's portable. So this is the whole net. This is it. You can take it outside. You can put it in the garage. You can put it in a room. Really take it anywhere. And I like it because I was able to set it up in this garage. And then when I wanted to park in the garage, just put it down. It takes less than 5 minutes to put away. So definitely go check this out. I have links in my description for each one. You can get $250 off through my promo code. And you can also get a discount if you go through my link for Spornia. So definitely check that out there. So we're gonna put this one back. So you definitely don't need to go to enclosure right away, but I would definitely recommend it if you're trying to build something permanent. This is just in my garage, so I'd love like a dedicated simulator room, but I have this set up so my wife can still park in the garage with her SUV, absolutely no problem. So what I'm standing on, this is the mat. This also came from 247golf.com. This one was $600. And the thing I like about this is it's got a lot of extra padding and cushioning. I've got a whole video on that on the golf mat. I highly recommend if you're gonna spend money somewhere, spend money on the mat. I got a cheap mat off Amazon. Then I got a cheap one from my driving range, which I thought would have been better. Both were terrible. The Amazon one was okay, but it didn't have a lot of padding. I had to put some cushioning underneath it. This one is absolutely perfect. It's worth the money. I was getting a lot of elbow pain, shoulder pain, just especially when you hit irons, you kind of hit down and through the ball. I'm a little bit older than some of you guys that follow me, so having that padding is totally worth it. Spend the money here. If you're gonna spend money on anything, definitely get the best mat you can get. And a golf mat will last, for a while. I've hit a ton of shots on this, and it still looks brand new. And the thing I like about this mat, you can actually put a tee in it. So, I have a whole video on this again. I'm not gonna go into it, but you can put a tee right into it, and it's absolutely awesome. So definitely recommend that. All right, so now we're gonna move back in my setup here to the Garmin. This is obviously the brains of the operation. This is $600. You can get used ones, actually. I've seen them online for about $400. Now that it's been out, I bought this when it first came out, but since it's been out, people have returned them, they've upgraded, whatever it be. So you can get them a lot cheaper than I paid, which was $600. That's the retail price. If you want to get a used one, you could probably get it for about $400 to $500. I've got a whole video on this. I got a ton of videos on this, but this is the brains of the operation, the Garmin R10. Eventually, I might upgrade to something a little bit better, but honestly, to get you started, $600, that is the absolute cheapest you can go on a simulator. You could get an OptiShot. Those are okay, but they're not as accurate as the Garmin. And then right underneath it, I have a leveling stand. And what it does is allows me to get the Garmin completely level. I got that actually off Etsy. Somebody 3D prints them. I don't have the link anymore. People keep asking me. I don't even know where I got it. But if you go to Etsy, search the Garmin R10 stand, people are up there. They're probably about $30 to $50. I think this one was $30, and I like it a lot. So moving on, this is just a mat I got online. I think it was like 15 bucks, artificial turf. When you're in the garage on concrete, or it doesn't have to be a garage, but when you're on a concrete surface, you need to make sure that you're blocking all of the concrete, because this is a radar-based system, so the signals can bounce off of it, off of the concrete. So Garmin actually recommends covering up any concrete with a carpet, with grass, whatever you want. So I just have this strip covered because that's where the Garmin's looking. And then I'll point over here, but I have another strip over there, you know, covering the concrete back. All right, so I'm gonna be behind the camera on this one, but another part of this, I just got this, is the projector. So I'll turn this on in a minute. I have a video on how to pick a projector. I'll link to that in the video description. But this is the projector I have. It's the Optima 1080R, 1080 HDR. There it is, right there. And I have the Roku attached to the back of it. And that's how I'm AirPlaying stuff from my iPad over to the projector. It's a 1080p projector. It's really, really high quality. And I'll link to the video to that, and also to the item in my store if you want to get one for yourself. But I definitely recommend this one. It's a short throw projector. And I'm not going to go into more detail here, but definitely check out the video. Okay, and then the last part of my setup is the iPad. It's just a standard iPad. You don't need to use an iPad. You can use your phone. You can use, you know, an Android phone, but I like the iPad. Before I had the projector, I liked the bigger screen. All right, so the last bit of this, I'm just gonna get into like the odds and ends I have that are just like cool things that I wanted to add to my golf sim. So first, right down here is the golf ball tray. I think it was about 30 bucks. It's linked in the description below. And that's just cool to put the golf balls there. It's nothing special. And then I also have a club cleaner, which I added, which is right over here. And this is actually one that you can put on a golf cart, but I just bought it and mounted it to this wall. And what's nice about it, and this is something that I don't think a lot of people factor into, and I certainly didn't do this right away, but when you go outside and you play a round of golf and then you come back inside, you need to have your clubs clean because you don't want to get your screen dirty. So anyone that comes over, they can come in here, clean their clubs, and everything's nice and clean. There's a ball cleaner there too, and that way it keeps the screen from getting dirty. I didn't do that right away, so my screen's a little dirty, but once I have the projector on, it doesn't really turn on. You can't really see it that well. So that's my simulator. I'll put up the running total of this cost. If you want to, save some money, you don't need to go in Enclosure. You don't need to get a projector. I'd say spend your money on your mat. We'll say that's anywhere between $200 to $600. Spend your money obviously on the Garmin, that's $600, and then get a net. You could get a cheap net off Amazon, 50 bucks. You could start there, upgrade your net as you go, or you could get the Spornia net. And then, if you're a little bit older, you have a dedicated space, you want to build something out nice, definitely get an Enclosure. It just gives you a lot more confidence, especially for wet shots. And I'll just show you. Let's just grab one. We'll grab a 60 degree, and it's nice because I can hit a full 60 degree in here. Ooh, came back at me. I can hit a full 60 degree, no problem. All right, let's try to hit another one, just to demonstrate. There you go. Not many nets you can do that with. So that's something I really do like. All right, well, I hope that helps. Hit that subscribe button, hit that follow button, leave a positive comment what you think. Any questions you might have, definitely reach out, and we'll see you next time.